Start.
Okay, I'll again extend a very hearty welcome to all of you on behalf of True Digital Venture X Pitch Day call. Today is the fortnightly pitch day call that we are doing between the founders and the investors. It's a growing ritual for us. It's northward bound. I can only say that it's getting a lot of attraction from all sides. I would again like to introduce myself. I am Major General Digvijay Sethia, a veteran of 40 years, having served the army for 40 years and decorated with a Sena Medal and a Vishesh Seva Medal. I've been associated with Sanjeev Sinha and True Digital Startup for the last 2 years. We've been working together. And I also want to proudly announce that we have today 274 startups on our platform. It's again exponentially growing. A lot of work for Sanjeev to interact with all these startups, get the founders for the pitch day calls, and scout them to the investors. Ideally, as a retired general, I should have been doing a broadcast on the Ukraine-Russia war. But what a field that has opened up for me. I find it very exciting with Sanjeev to be doing a pitch day call for interaction between the founders and the investors. But there's a great lesson that we need to learn from this Russia-Ukraine war. If we are not uh, a make in India country and we don't focus on what our Prime Minister has been saying over the last so many years, we will eventually, with all that has been happening around us for the last 1 month, we will eventually land ourselves into a mess. So, our endeavor here with this startup, True Digital startup, is to, get the people who have got great technology with them, great technology. They have got great capabilities to take their businesses ahead. We want to help them get the funding. We are also a venture which supports the women entrepreneurs and also women investors. If you go to our site, we are providing a lot of discounts on the range of products the wide range of products that we have to all the women entrepreneurs and the investors both. Uh, Today, we have a very distinguished personality with us in Mr. Sanjeev Gupta, who's a very, very accomplished man who has an engineering degree from BITS Pilani and is an MBA. He is presently based out of Delhi and he runs a retail outlet and a consultancy office for Awesome Portfolio Management. He's worked 35 years in the automotive industry with the big names in the industry like Shriram Pistons and Rings, Hero Honda Motors, Scots India, Yamaha Motors, Swan Pneumatics, Everest Blowers, and Omex Autos in various very, very high level appointments and positions. He is presently involved in fostering young minds in various prestigious schools with focus on problem solving technology, digital literacy, startup guide, project patenting support, and is presently handling more than 22 startups. He is also a reputed author, and some of his published works include Glorious Nation, and is working on transparency laws. I'm sure the founder of the startups are जो presentation कर रहे हैं, they will immensely benefit from the great experience and the rich experience of Mr. Sanjeev Gupta. Welcome, Mr. Sanjeev Gupta. I'm also based out of Delhi. I will request you to say a few words before we have the founders. Then I will introduce the founders and थोड़े से ग्राउंड रूल्स बताऊंगा हाउ टू गो अबाउट डूइंग द प्रेजेंटेशन सो दैट वी आर ऑल ऑन द सेम विकेट. Mr. Sanjeev Gupta, a few words from your side.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanjeev Sinha, for inviting me on this platform. And I salute to Major General Vijay Sethia ji for handling this such kind of venture. So, as you told, you are 100% more than 100% correct that generally people used to give only speeches on Ukraine and India or America or Russia, etc. And you are doing a wonderful thing. I will be obliged to be associated with the ventures, and definitely I'm looking for better growth for this platform also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Mr. Thank you. Aj we have two founders. One is Mr. Nitin Agarwal, who's the founder and CEO of Room Shoom Technology. It's a it's a very vibrant startup with a very dynamic business, which is already it's in the co-living space in the NCR, and it's proliferating into a lot of other cities in India. He's already a big revenue generating business, and it's headed again northwards, bound, and it's showing great promise. Uh, and second, we have Mr. Takawal. I think Mr. Yasin, आप presentation करेंगे इनके behalf पे.
जी, I'm going to do the presentation on behalf of Areca Nut Tobacco Industry.
हाँ जी, okay. So their venture is called Areca Nut Processing and Trading Industry. They are a business which is a regional business, and they again want to पूरा business expand करना चाहते हैं to the corners, four corners of the country. They also have a lot of potential. It's about the Arcanut is a very I will leave actually the details of the whole presentation to Mr. Yasin जब इनका turn आएगा. So what we will do is we'll have two presentations. First by Mr. Nitin Agarwal starting from about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I will leave 2 to 5 minutes for question and answers by anyone in the audience can ask him a question. Uske baad we will again shift to Mr. Yasin for the presentation on behalf of Arca Nut Processing and Trading, and then again we'll have a little question and answer session. आज के before I start, I will again like to lay the ground rules. When the presentation is on, please keep yourself on mute. Otherwise, there is a lot of disturbance and we can't hear anyone. Secondly, if you are wanting to have any interaction with the founder, please keep it to the end of the presentation. We will give adequate time to ask you questions. Besides that, अगर आप कोई भी question you want to ask the founder any question, you can route it through us. You can write a mail to the CEO at tdstartup.com, Mr. Sanjeev Sinha, and we will get you all your answers from the founders. It's most of the times, this is our experience of the last few pitch day calls that we've had, that there are a lot of investors who are listening, but quietly either a representative of the investor or the investor listening to the call, and they would like to ask some questions. So we would again request everyone to please route your questions through Mr. Sanjeev Sinha. The mail ID is available with you all. It's at the bottom of our the platform website. It's CEO at tdstartup.com. You can route all your questions through him. Secondly, we are doing a recording. We are doing a video recording of this today's pitch day call. It is for two reasons. One, if there are any commitments, we will keep them recorded. Second is that you may like to see this. We will put it on the YouTube. Mr. Sanjeev Sinha works very hard. In about 24 hours, we put it on the YouTube. For some people who have not been able to join today's pitch day call, or for whatever reason, they can go on our platform, go to the past events, and we will that will guide you to the YouTube. For you can go through the whole pitch day call on that YouTube presentation. Thirdly, we also want to request, if there are any investors with a minimum ticket of 5 lakh rupees, you can get in touch with the CEO of tdstartup.com, Mr. Sinha, directly. Either call him up या आप mail कर सकते हैं उनको. We will work out the mandate, and then we will consolidate the funds and we will invest them accordingly. We haven't been doing this till now, but we thought that if there are some small investors also who may like to invest, please get in touch with Mr. And you can be rest assured we'll do a absolutely fair mandate for you. Whatever the proposed, the entry or exit strategies we have to work out for you, we'll work them out in a very legal way and get back to you. Also, अभी हमारे पास इतने सारे startups हो गए हैं. We have 274 startups. We found a lot of founders are wanting to do their presentations on the pitch day call. पहले हम fortnightly call करते थे on every second Thursday of the month, second and fourth Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. Now we will be doing a weekly call every Thursday at 7 p.m. So this is again for all of you to even spread this word around ki we will be having our pitch day call rather than a fortnightly, we'll be having it a weekly pitch day call from True Digital Venture X. With this, I would like to hand over the guys to Mr. Nitin, who will be doing his presentation for the room show. Mr. Nitin, you can go ahead with your presentation. Sanjeev, would you like to add anything else?
No, sir, that is perfect. Nitin,
Okay, Sanjeev. Nitin, please go ahead with your presentation.
one thing I wanted to just add is 20 minutes to each founder. You have 20 minutes to present.